housekeeping items. So thank you for joining us for National Distance Learning Week. We are starting this morning with our first presentation, and all participants are muted. That is just to ensure the quality of our recording. For those that are unable to attend, we will unmute the mics for the Q&A, and at any time you are welcome to just type in the chat and we will be there to respond. I'll be helping to facilitate, and Lynn Ann will be there as well. So I'd like to introduce Lynn Ann Hines-McCoy. She is part of our SUNY online team, and she can tell you about her role here, and she's going to introduce our speaker.
Good morning. Yes, as Erin said, I am very happy and proud to be part of the SUNY Online Initiative, currently serving as a coach in the Degrees at Scale component of that initiative. Super excited to be here this morning for SUNY National Distance Learning Week. I will be in the position of introducing our presenter this morning. Pleased to welcome Jennifer Shloming. Did I get that correct, Jennifer? I did? Oh, okay, so I'm good now. Jennifer Shloming is an assistant professor at the Fashion Institute of Technology, and currently the assistant chairperson of the Science and Mathematics Department. She's been a faculty member at SUNY FIT since 2006 and teaches both online and in-person mathematics courses. She received her BA from Cornell University, then an MA, MPhil, and a PhD from Teachers College at Columbia University. Dr. Shloming completed the Teaching with Technology Certificate Program at FIT in 2017. Her research interests include technology in teaching and learning, rapid content generation for mathematics, mathematical fiction, mathematical poetry, mathematics education, mathematical science, data humanism, and online learning. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Shloming.
Hi, everyone. Okay, so before I begin, I'm going to give you a little notice that my Wi-Fi has been really not great lately. So if something happens, I have a backup Wi-Fi and I have also a mobile hotspot ready. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. Here we go. Okay. Can everyone see my screen okay?
Yeah, looks
All right,
great.
So, great. So sharing your screen and your face too. But I'm not talking about my Bitmoji, which I use all the time in my classes and meetings, but I'm talking about my real face. So thank you to those who are showing their face too. But I use this system. It's called Loom and it's free, and that's what I'm going to be talking about. And now everyone should see my face directly on the presentation too. Did everyone see that? Awesome. Okay, so you can see here I like to be in this little circle, the smallest option in the bottom left corner. You can decide how big you want to be, but you have to be mindful of your presentation. You don't want to be covering your work. So I never will have a big giant circle. I like this little circle on the side. And those that have meetings with me, they just know this is where I'm going to be. This is like my little spot. But you can move yourself to different parts and pick what's best for you. So for me, I'm going to keep it in this little side. So by this point, I believe everyone has been in a remote meeting where somebody shares their screen and doesn't have themselves in the screen that they're sharing. Maybe you notice that there's a little bit of a shift, kind of a lost connection there. I'm going to be looking, I see everybody who has video, and I'll tell you a secret, and some of you know that I do this. If I'm the participant in a meeting and the host shares their screen, I kind of turn off my video sometimes. That's like my snack time. I like eat something or I check on my kids. I'm still paying attention, but it's a little less of a connection when you don't have the presenter or the faculty member, the teacher right there, and you see them looking at you. So I really enjoy doing this for all my meetings. And even if people have really cool, exciting content, try to capture people's attention, it still makes a big difference having just this little circle there. So one way that I think about it is when I'm teaching math courses in person, which I miss doing, I write on the board, so I turn around and the students, see my back for a little bit. But it's really important to keep turning around and have interaction with the students. So that's why I really like this concept where you're showing the work, but you're also showing your face. So you don't lose that with students or with people in your meeting. If I turn my back for like 10 minutes when I'm writing on the board, I don't know what I would see when I face my students again. So I'm gonna walk you through some of the ways I use it. I use it for meetings like this, but I use it for so many different areas. So I'm gonna show you how I do it, then we're gonna walk through one or two together. So Loom is free, as I mentioned. This little circle is Loom. You could go to loom.com. It's free for educators. Then you can have the desktop app or the Loom Chrome extension. I highly, highly, highly recommend the Chrome extension. I use it all the time. For Loom, I use it maybe once a week. You don't have to navigate off your browser, your internet, whatever site you're looking on. If that's what you want to have your circle on, you just go into your extension and you just click it. And I'm going to show you, it just takes a few seconds. Maybe some of you at the beginning of the presentation even saw me click to get my face there, and it took a few seconds to do. So here you can just see a screenshot of my extensions that I use in Chrome. This is the Bitmoji one, which I highly recommend. This is what Loom looks like right now, the icon. So if you do install it on your Chrome for the extension, when you want to click on it, you're going to click on this symbol. And the symbol was the same for years. It was a pink symbol, but recently during the pandemic, they just changed it to this blue one. So it might change, I'm not sure. And here you can see that when I took a screenshot, I had 2 new views on a video. So it's really nice that it'll just alert me to when someone watches one of my videos. Okay. And since I'm giving you tips, I also recommend a screen shader. If some of you are on the computer a lot, especially in the evening, just for your eyes, it really helps. You can see here that my screenshot of Loom is a little orange tint, and that's because of the screen shader to help my eyes. Okay, and back to Loom. So like I said, you're going to have a site that you want to use for Loom. So here I'm using Google Slides, which I actually never used before live. So this is really exciting. And Erin, thank you Erin, told me that Google Slides has live closed captioning. So that's really awesome. Okay. But anyway, so with Loom, before you go ahead and start using Loom, if you want to use it in your classes, it helps to have the website open that you want. You hover on the extension and it will tell you whether Loom has access to the site. In all the times that I've used this for work and teaching, I haven't had any issues. It's worked for Google Spreadsheets, which is what I use the most. It's worked for Google Docs, It's worked for various sites where I do little math games. So far Loom has been absolutely fantastic for me. Okay. So the first main way during this remote distance learning time that we have is I just started using it for meetings. So for meetings and classes, what I recommend doing is, you click on the Loom extension, and just like you would in WebEx or Zoom or Google Meet, Blackboard Collaborate, I think I covered all the main ones. When you share your screen, you have a choice whether you want to share your full desktop or just a certain window or tab, and that's the same thing for Loom. So you can share as much or as little as you want. You also don't have to share your face with Loom, but because of this presentation I'm showing you, I think that's the best part, that you can share your face. You can also share your face as a picture of yourself if you don't want to have live. But you can see I use my hands a lot, and I look at people, so I like having this live interaction connection with people. So I am looking at everyone off to the side while I talk, so it's really nice. I could see people's reactions. So for meetings and classes, I press record. So you might see on the bottom, it has how many minutes I've been going. And I just don't save it. When I'm done, I just press the X. It's just this extra addition to share my face for meetings and classes. If you want to record a meeting or class, you can do it using whatever else you're using. So Zoom, you could record that way. So aside from using it for meetings and classes, I'm going to show you some of my favorite ways that I use it. Here you can see in one of my online classes, I'll make it bigger. So I'm talking to my students. This was from 2018, so I think I started using Loom around then. You can see, let's see if I take out sound, if it'll be good. On all instructor users, since I'm an instructor, and it'll send me a message. And it's great because I usually teach multiple sections of this online course. That I wanted to mention is you're responsible for the course information folder, what's inside. This is part of the course, it's an assignment. So you can see, if you're teaching an online course, sometimes your students will never meet you, especially now. They don't really have the option of coming in person for office hours or, to take exams. So having videos on your site, it really helps. I think that the students get to know me just as much in my online classes as they do in person, sometimes even more, because I tend to, ramble a little bit in my videos, and students get to know me in that way. One thing I'll say right now that you probably are thinking is, does Loom have closed captioning right now? They do not, but they're working on it. So when I post something to my learning management system, in this case Blackboard, I do a transcript myself. So that's just something to keep in mind, and I'll show you when we make a video together. It really helps to kind of have a script ready. You don't have to read the script. I actually think it's better not to read scripts and just talk, but have a script in mind so that when you are making the transcript, it doesn't take too long to do. But as soon as Loom has closed captioning, that's going to be a game changer. So I use it as videos, welcome videos, how-to videos. I was showing students how to email me and that they need to read the course documents. It's required reading in that video. I also love to use it when a student emails me a question in math. Sometimes it's really helpful to send a quick video right back to the student. It actually can take less time to send a video than to write something and share it when you have equations or a concept in math. So I'm going to show you one. Here we go. And you might lose my face for a minute, but you're going to see my face again.
Okay, a student asked for help guessing cars just by looking at charts. And I know I mentioned this game, guess the correlation.
So here, a student, can everyone see this? Can you do thumbs up to show me? Okay, cool, thank you. So a student wanted to know about correlation and statistics. So what's really great is I can just make a quick Loom playing a game to illustrate a concept. And here I picked this video. For those that were here early, you saw my son, who's now almost 5, but this is my default picture. It doesn't even have to be a live picture when you're using Loom. It could be any sort of picture. I really recommend not having you know, a letter for your name, but actually having a picture to have that connection. And if you have a video of yourself, it's kind of like you're talking to somebody. You feel like you're not just talking to yourself. And I really have fun making these videos. If I unmute it, you'll probably hear me like laughing and having a good time. I actually did really well playing this game, so I was very excited for it. I'll unmute it for like a few seconds so you can see. Maybe some of you are statistics people who want to play as well.
Whoa. Okay. Oh, sorry, every time I say whoa, it's just like I've never got it so close before. Oh, yeah.
So here, you're guessing the correlation, and I really have never done it so well than I did in that Loom video. So I was really excited, and you can see the true R was 0.14, and you have from -1 to 1. So getting it like 0.2 away was very, very exciting. And I'll just show you one more, and then we'll move on. But basically, like, you know, playing a game, I think it's really popular on YouTube. People just watch other people play games, so we might as well use our, you know, what we have with our students so they can watch us and feel like it's kind of, you know, like a YouTube channel. Let me get out of that. I can play that game all the time. Let's go back here. And I don't know if you're seeing it. But I don't want that, so I'm going to start again. And I'm starting to share my face. It's going to take 2 seconds. I'm picking the current tab, and I press start, and then we're back. This one, you don't have to, it's just showing that you can use Loom for anything. A couple of years ago, I was so excited with Loom that I made a presentation of like a presentation of Loom. So that's an old one. I'm just looking for more ways to use Loom. So if you have any suggestions after with how else I can use Loom, please let me know. So we're gonna use Loom together now, and then I'll show you some of my favorite Loom videos that I've made. So this can be used in a meeting or class, save later, just step by step how it works. Here I'm going to create a video, one that saves later, one that will notify me when people view it. I'm going to share it with faculty next semester. It's like an instructional video. So I'm gonna click on it on this Google Doc. You're gonna stop seeing my face for a second. Okay, so here you can see I prepared the Google Doc that we're going to make into like a 1 minute or 2 minute Loom video and share with people. I'm just going to be reading these things so I don't have to worry about a transcript. Everything is there. So the first step is going to be to click on Loom. So I'm clicking on Loom. You can change the options. I like to have a countdown. It's up to you. And I'm just gonna go when it starts. Insert, drawing new. So insert, drawing, new. Once the drawing window pops up, click on the line and select the bottom scribble option. So insert, drawing new. Once the drawing window pops up, click on the line, select the bottom scribble option. This will allow you to sign. So again, we did insert, drawing new. Once the drawing window pops up, click on the link and select the bottom scribble option. Okay, so I'm done. I made the video. It's getting ready to share. You can see it's kind of showing me what happened in this minute video that we made. You can do different playbacks, and now it's ready. So you can decide how you want to share it. You could download it, you could trim it. I just copy links and post them. That's how I do it. So that's how I make videos. You see, it takes a minute to do. It's absolutely fantastic. So let me go back to what I wanted to show. Oh, okay. So let me go to Loom, and I'm going to do a Loom in a Loom. So I'm going to go to the Loom site, my Loom site. And I'm going to start recording, because you could record a Loom on the Loom site. Here we go. Okay, so everyone should be able to see me again. Oop, there I am. And I'm gonna go to the start video. And this is really the last thing that I want to show you. So I used it for meetings, and I'm going to continue using it for meetings. I think it's a great tool. And you can use it, like I said, you don't need to show your face. You can have a video, just like a regular video that you want to show. It can just be, doesn't even have to be your screen. It can be your screen. It could be a video only. It could be a screen and the video. You have lots of options with Loom. Here I showed students how to play set. It's actually, a mathematical game, which I highly recommend. So this was like a longer video, but my face is in the bottom corner. It's a little, there you go. That's a little hard to see. Then what I like, once we're back in person, I actually use pre-recorded Loom videos that I make in class. So sometimes I want to show a website in class, but the technology might not work during class time. So this actually happens often, and I'm a worrier and I like to over-prepare. So the night before class, I double check, and then I make a video just in case. And sometimes I like the video that I just show it in class. So here's one. So there are just lots of different ways that you can use Loom. So here's one that I showed in one of my classes. Just about a concept. Let me see if the sound is on. I think I was asking questions here. So I'm asking the students, what do you think is going to happen? What's the answer? You can see my mouse moving. And here I was showing it in person to students. So I was like, you know what, it's okay. I don't need to have my face in the little corner and have my face in person. I'm just going to have the icon of myself. And I think if you have a pet or a child or anything, it actually is nice to have it in your picture. It just makes you seem more like a human to your students. Sometimes they forget that you have a life outside of them. So I do like that. Okay, so here, pre-recorded videos to use in person. I really, really, I like doing this a lot. Okay. And then I think there was one more. You can use Loom with other things. So you can see you could use a Loom in addition to Google Slides. You can use a Loom pretty much on top of things. And I really like to have interactive videos. So here is an interactive video. And this one is just the picture, but you could also have with your face a live video. And I will move it a little forward. You can see a Loom on Loom situation here. And in case you don't know, HP5 has really fantastic interactive videos. And if you could add that extra layer of students seeing your face, I mean, I can't think of a better interaction to have with students, to have an interactive video and to have your face at the same time. So let's see. I just want to show you a little bit what you can do. So you can have, with interactive videos, you can have links pop up. So students or colleagues can click. So here you can see that in my Loom video, you can click and it'll take you to another website. You can also have questions that stop the video. So I thought that was really cool. This is one of my favorite types of videos. You could click on question and the student has to answer it, or colleague, you know, whatever the situation is. And if someone gets a question wrong, you can decide where to send them back. So you could send them back to the beginning of the video or just to where you mentioned it, or you could let them keep going. So this is one of my favorite asynchronous ways to use Loom, sorry. Okay, so, and then I had another interactive part. Okay. And that's it for my slides. So I'm so excited to have questions.
Yeah, that's great, Jennifer. We do have some questions and some thoughts in the chat that I want to share with you. So, you know, this is a great way to really personalize your course and your tutorials. It's just another way of thinking about how we use video or how we might use video in the class. So a couple questions just on the technical side. Can you embed a Loom into the LMS instead of just sharing the link? Like, what are the other options besides the link sharing?
Okay, well, let me look at Loom. I'm pretty sure you can do like anything you want, but let me see.
It sounds really robust, yeah, but I just wanted to check on that.
I don't know off the top of my head, but if you go to Loom and Loom settings, it has different things. Okay. If you download the video, then you can put it however you want.
Sure, right, okay. So along those same lines, when you reuse a previously recorded video, do you just grab a link from the Loom site from your library, or how do you do that?
Yes, correct. So I use Blackboard, and for my courses, I actually use something really cool called Adobe Spark, which I highly recommend. And Adobe Spark, it just makes your LMS just really customized. And what's nice is that for every chapter, every module, I have links to Google Docs that update itself. And I have links to Loom that they just stay there. They're just there. So I don't have to keep updating anything. Like, everything is there, and I just, whenever you modify your lecture notes like I do, I use Google Docs, so it updates automatically.
Great. Do you know if there, or have you had any experience with Read Speaker or like other text to speech to use for transcripts with Loom, or do you just type your own?
So far, I just type my own, which is, it takes some time. If you're just like making a video randomly, if you're just sending something to a student or to a colleague real fast, I don't have a transcript for those. One thing that I was thinking of doing for a student, if I send a help video, I can maybe ask them for extra credit if they want to transcribe, just to save time until we have our own closed captioning. I do believe a lot of SUNY schools are dealing with accessibility issues, and a lot of us are looking to have a position at the school that helps faculty deal with closed captioning. So I do think that's going to happen in most SUNY schools in the next few years, I'd say.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so now looking at a little bit of the use case scenario. So have you ever, or have you thought about, do you know if there's a way to do group Looms? So not just you, but maybe with students.
That is interesting. I've never thought of it. I feel like I've used Loom for office hours a couple times. Like before the pandemic, before everyone used, Google Meet and all this, I'm pretty sure I used Loom and something else. I don't remember, but I am definitely gonna look into doing a group Loom. I think that's absolutely a really cool idea.
Yeah, that's an interesting thought. Also about students creating Looms to submit to you for a presentation or to explain concepts sort of back to you, similar to them recording a video of them doing something, but they could use Loom. Have you had your students do anything with it?
I have not. I teach math, so I don't have my students make presentations anymore. I did like 10 years ago, and I stopped that. But I think it would be great. For quick videos, you can see how fast it is to make a Loom. If the students are just sharing it with you, I think Loom is great. But because of captions and transcripts, I would maybe recommend like Adobe Spark has videos that you can do voiceovers and type that also take really fast. So I think it depends what it's for.
Yep. And then we've heard from a couple folks about using either the tool or some familiarity with it. So I'll just read you a couple comments. Debbie Spiro from Nassau says that they use a different tool to create screencasts, but Loom is really easy, and they encourage faculty to use it for an intro tour of the course in Blackboard at the start of a semester. So great use case there. To review syllabus components like you were showing with how to email you. And they have students create videos showing their work also.
Awesome, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was gonna go to another comment, so go ahead.
Oh, just a popular one where I am is Screencast-O-Matic. It's different. I heard that it's much nicer now, but I've tried it and I prefer Loom. So just throwing that out there. If you've done Screencast-O-Matic, I feel like Loom is just a little faster and easier.
That's a good comparison. Yeah, I think a lot of people may have heard of one or the other, but yeah, that's good to know. Laura shares that she has been using Loom for a while to create screencasts, and she uses them to provide faculty support. She noticed recently the free version has limited videos to 5 minutes. Has that challenged you at all, the 5-minute time limit? It mostly works for her, but she does miss having unlimited sessions.
I haven't made a video that's longer than 5 minutes since, but I'm really surprised that it has a cap. I have no promises, but I'm really working to have Loom for free for my school, and I hope maybe all SUNY schools can get it. I know Loom is free for educators. I didn't know that there was a certain limit because I've made videos. I think you saw my really fun for me. I don't know, fun for the students, but my fun guessing the correlation game was over 7 minutes. I was playing that game for so long. So I haven't run into any issues yet, but I'll investigate it and see.
Great. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure either. I haven't looked into the different structures that are available, but you know, anyone can go to the Loom website and take a look and browse it a little bit more thoroughly. So at this point, I'm going to pause. I know some folks are running to other things. If there are more questions, please feel free to type them in the chat and we will ask them of our presenter. But at this point, I'm going to turn this all back over to Lynn Ann.
Thanks, Erin. Am I muted? No, I'm not. Whew. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for your participation today in this very informative webinar, and also to thank our guest speaker, Dr. Jennifer Shloming, for sharing all of this expertise. I know that it's something that I actually am going to jump right on because it's very applicable to our situation as well. As you can see on the slide, the session recording and the slides will be uploaded to the bit.ly link that you can see on the slide. Please complete the feedback survey also at the link provided. And a reminder that additional sessions are happening throughout this week, and we hope that you will be joining us again. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Stay safe, everyone.